Good morning and welcome to Herb Oracle Podcast, botanical divination with herbs, essences, flowers, and trees with your host, Herbal Marie. Let's start the day off pulling some oracle cards and getting a few messages. We can shoot the shiitake in a spiritual way-ish. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'll post a pic of the cards at Herb Oracle. Thanks so much for joining me. Here we go. Welcome back to another week of Herb Oracle. We're on the 16th week, and our beautiful herb of the week this week is Passionflower. Passionflower. So, I'm running a little late today because I wanted to take a shower and shave my bush. Can you imagine showing up to a meeting late and then being like, where the heck have you been? And you just be like, I just was inspired to shave my bush. Like, that would end all interrogation questions. Nobody would want to go there. Nobody would want to hear that your pubic hairs were reaching a maximum length and that you just could not take it anymore. Anyways, learn how to put people in their place with TMI. So I'm Sadie TMI Cherico, and we are going to talk about Passionflower today. We're going to have a great week. Tomorrow we're going to do some tarot. Wednesday we're going to manifest more faith. Then Thursday we're going to hang out with our tree guides. And then Friday we'll do something fun. All right, so Passionflower, beautiful, incredible, just unbelievable almost. Like when, you're like, does that even really exist? Like when you look at the pictures, I've never grown Passionflower. I think I probably could here. If I give it, baby it and give it the right conditions, like just for the summer, maybe grow it. I should put that on my bucket list. But yeah, I've never grown it, and I've mostly just had it in tea blends. So I'm excited to learn more about this flower, see what else we can do with it, nerdy things, na. But yeah, here at Ho, it's the Oracle things. And we've got 5 really sweet looking Passionflower cards. And we have our dragon butterfly too. So Wednesday, we're going to manifest more faith. And we already have that card here today because the faith card that we'll be working with again Wednesday that has a Gulf Fritillary dragon butterfly on it. All her butterflies are dragons. They're awesome. It is on a Passionflower. So this really bright looking reddish orange butterfly dragon is on this Passionflower, licking it. I think it's licking it. If I look real close, it's yum yum. It's loving it. And it has a message for us to have more faith. So we'll start off with that one. Then where should we go from there? We have the illustrated herbiary card with a message of exuberant quietude. We have a flower essence card for Passionflower. So this can be made into a floral essence, a flower remedy. That card has a picture of Krishna on it. And I think that is cool because he has blue skin. And just yesterday we did an angelic herbs special episode. And we hung out with Archangel Zadkiel. And in one of his pictures, his skin was like purplish blue. So that's kind of fun. And then, from yesterday, I still have these lapis lazuli gemstones out on the table. So I think I'm going to have them on my desk all week just to kind of remind me of the messages that we received yesterday from Archangel Zadkiel. If you didn't listen to that, I would definitely recommend checking it out. Even if you're like, I don't know what I think about the archangels. It was really cool how it was such an integrated podcast and reading. I love how he brought in the herbs, and it was really neat. So I'm leaving these lapis lazulis out to remind me to keep my ear chakras open and listening for spirit. So then we also have a message of balance, which was one of his messages yesterday too, with the magical herb oracle. We'll talk about balance, and then I think we'll probably end with our herbal tarot card, because that's a doozy. And that is the Two of Swords. So that is a woman blindfolded, holding two swords, and then she's got this really cool passion flower. And yeah, it's definitely some interesting characters and themes to go along with this passion flower. Like it, I mean, what a broad spectrum. We have faith, we have quietude. We'll see what Krishna wants to say. We have Krishna, we have balance, and then we have the Two of Swords with a blindfolded lady. So very, very, very interesting cards. We'll definitely be diving deep and hanging out with Passionflower all week. And then I'll probably definitely do a nerdy podcast for Herbal Marie. I just want to mention that yesterday I really was feeling overwhelmed with this idea of last week our herb of the week was ginseng. And I was like, I am so overwhelmed, was trying to even think how I can serve this up on a platter for Herbal Marie in a direct way, because there's like 5 different types of ginseng. You know, it's like sometimes you use it for this, sometimes you don't. You shouldn't. I mean, there's like the fact that there's just so many different types of ginseng. And then there's like poor man's ginseng, and it's like I decided to walk away from that whole idea of doing a podcast about ginseng at this time, because I was like, you know what, girl, you don't even get paid to do this. and it's just too much. It's just stressing you out. It's too much. Like, you know, it was almost like each of the ginsengs could maybe, like, in a way, it either needs to be the biggest, most longest podcast of the history of ever and go at each ginseng individually, or give each different type of ginseng its own podcast, or just let somebody else do that one. You can't do it all. You know, it's like, just, you don't have at the end of its life cycle, the podcast Herbal Marie does not have to cover every single herb on the planet. Okay? I don't have to do, how many herbs are on the planet that, like, we could probably research? At least 600, I'm guessing. I don't have to do all that. Okay? I can just do the ones that I want, and that I'm like really comfortable backing up. And guess what? Ginseng, it's one that intrigues me, and I think it's incredible, and I'm probably at the point in my life where I could utilize it personally. But I was just like, you know what? How much easier would life feel if you just said you don't have to do this? And I was like, oh, it would feel so good. And I was like, well, there you go then. You're not doing it. You quit. You're not doing that one. Just move on. Fresh week. Start with Passionflower and start from this point on. So it's really nice to do that for yourself every once in a while. Just clear the old obligations. You know, it's like your teacher in school that says, hey, don't worry about chapters 14 through 17 that you missed because you were sick. Just start with chapter 18. You know, it's like, wait, I don't even have to do this. No, you don't even have to do those. All right, keep moving forward. So anyways, that's what I did for myself. All right, so Passionflower. It's gorgeous. It's freaking gorgeous. It's incredible looking. I don't know if this is the right card to start with, but we're going to start with it because we'll see it again Wednesday. And it's faith, right? So, I mean, I think that's going to be a big theme for Passionflower, obviously, like having us to just keep on keeping on. I know there is some symbolic, religious, churchy symbolism in this flower. So let's see if it says that. Let's see if it talks about that in the Enchanted Blossoms. Sadie, do you breathing yet? I'm feeling rushed a little bit. All right, so because I took a shower, shaved my bush. Okay. Mostly native mostly to Central and South America and Mexico. This vine is cultivated for its unique flower as well as its fruit. So it's from Mexico and South and Central America, but I know they can grow it in the South pretty easy. And, you know, just like a lot of things, we can make it happen if we want. We can force it to grow, you know, at least for a few months here. During the Victoria era, the flower was highly prized, and creating hybrids was a popular hobby. The passionflower is a symbol of gods and prophets across several cultures. In Christianity, the flower is tied to the Passion of Christ. In India, it symbolizes a struggle between the 5 Pandava brothers and their fight against the army of 100. Krishna is the center that holds them together, and the blue of the bloom reflects his aura. So we're gonna hang out with Krishna here in a couple cards too. So yeah, it's not just Christianity, it's like, you know, Hindu too. So this flower goes back, even people in Victorian times, just, hey, what are you doing today? Working on my passionflower hybrid. So, but this really has a message about faith. So trust not only in a higher power, if that is your choice, but on yourself and your tribe. Believe in your abilities and your futures. Life can be painful, and sometimes faith is the only thing that keeps you going and standing upright. Conviction can be an extremely powerful force in your mind, heart, and life, and your assurance can be a beacon when no other light can be seen. When all else fails you, be true to yourself, your vision, and your faith. So yeah, I guess this is definitely going to be a week that we might as well just start talking about it now. You know, where is our faith levels at? What do we have faith in? Do we have faith in ourselves? Do we have faith in our tribe? Do we have faith in a higher power? What do I have faith in above all else? And I mean for real. And then another question is, how can I have more faith in myself? So that question is going to tag along with us for a few days, and we'll review it again Wednesday. But something to start thinking about, because, you know, I often question myself too, or just make note of, like, I'll talk about things like I'll talk about the archangels, but do I really have faith in them? Is it something like that I have conviction above no else, right? I don't know. You know, like, I know that, like, I have faith in some things, but just really minimal faith in other things. Like, but what about myself? Okay, there I could probably get behind. I could probably say, yeah, I really do have faith in myself. Absolutely. I've proven to myself again and again that I am there for myself. I'll keep on trucking. I can count on me, and most other people can count on me too, you know. But yeah, I would say I can definitely have faith in myself. I do have faith in the universe. I really do feel well taken care of. I feel like Spirit does have my back. It gets a little like if I say, well, do you have faith in Jesus? Do you have faith in the archangels? Do you have faith, do you have faith in extraterrestrials? Like, then I'm like, I don't know. But like, if I just keep it general, like, I have faith in the universe or the Spirit, or I have faith that there is guidance for me, because I always feel guided. If I keep it general, I feel like I have more faith. I can feel more faith in that. When it starts getting specific and I'm putting labels on things, then it wavers and shakes. So for me, faith, sometimes general is best. So I don't know, that's that. All right, so let's move on. Let's learn more about our herb of the week, Passionflower. All right, so we'll do our first affirmation. I have faith in myself. That can be our first affirmation. I try to jot them down as we go. So, all right, I'm just gonna put this up here, and we'll start on our next card. There's like really no reason for me to even feel rushed, because I'm not gonna be able to. I was like, can I get this podcast done before I have to run my lunch errand? No, there's no way in hell you can get it done in 25 minutes. So forget rushing. like I did a few weeks ago, take a break, run my errand, and come on back. Because I don't think Passionflower would appreciate me rushing this energy, right? It's a calming herb, right? Our next card is Exuberant Quietude, which is this incredible card by the Illustrated Herbiary. There's all these quartz crystals, and like her vines are like wrapping around the crystals. So it looks like wire wrapped crystals, but it's actually the passion flowers tendrils wrapping around the crystals. There's this beautiful purple passion flower. Now on the first card with the faith dragon butterfly, the passion flower is mostly white, and then it has like purple accents and frillies. I don't know what those frillies are called. Like the inner skirt. I don't know. So anyways, I woke up, man, it's Monday. Did anybody have any weird dreams last night? We definitely had weird dreams here. A lot of reflections going on in our dreams. A lot of like, what the hells was all that about going on in our dreams? I wish I would have got up the first time I woke up this morning. Like, that is my goal, but it's just so easy to fall back asleep. And yeah, I never enjoy doing that. And that's when I had a weird dream. So, all right, Exuberant Quietude, Passionflora incarnata. Passionflower is a study in opposites. She climbs vigorously, some say invasively. She climbs vigorously, sending exploring fingers through fence slats and wall crevices. What's over there, she wonders, always trying to get to the other side, to expand beyond her current boundaries. Even her flower exudes frenetic energy, vibrantly bursting out into the world. Every inch of Passionflower is reaching, striving, and climbing. And yet, her medicine is the magical calm that happens when the television, computer, and phone are all suddenly silent. She begs you to pause in your questing and take the time for a new experience. Inner quietude. Why? Because being able to be quiet and still is Passionflower's secret to exuberant expansion without stress or burnout. All right, so I definitely feel like it was the energy of Passionflower that was like, yeah, leave ginseng in the dust. Like, because now is not the time or ever to feel stressed out or get burnt out and feel like I'm behind and I'm not keeping up with my goals. And yeah, what did Archangel Zadkiel say again and again yesterday? Release what's no longer serving you, right? If there's lower energies holding you down, put him in his bowl of violet fire. And there's a lot of violet flame energy, I feel, in this Passionflower picture too. So it's like, yes, it's like just make things easier and quieter. And there was a lot of messages to meditate. Messages to meditate are coming from every angle. Like anytime I read something on the internet, a channeled message, somebody's inspirational, whatnot, it all boils down to going within, listening for your answers, meditating. If you want to tap into the higher frequencies, the best way to do that is to meditate, quiet down, get into the receiving mode. And so, yeah, you get into that receiving mode and then bam, exuberant expansion, right? Then you can go exploring. So that is a study in opposites for sure. So in this book, the Illustrated Herbiaria, how about Illustrated Herbiary by Maya Toll? Every word should end in Passionflower. She has a ritual and then a reflection for each herb. It's a really beautiful book. And the ritual for Passionflower is feeling expansive. And then the reflection is life inventory. So, you ready for this? Na 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 na. That's what I tell my dogs. I put on their collars and I'm like, "You guys ready for this?" And then I just break into Running Man. Na 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 na. You know that song, right? You're old enough to know that song. All right, expand yourself. Feeling expansive. So Passionflower instructs us to expand yourself. As she reaches around a flower pot on her way to the far corner of the garden, are you ready to get a body sense of what it feels like to be calm and contained, yet exuberantly expansive? Think about how that feels. You are calm and contained, yet you are exuberantly expansive. So here is a ritual for us to do. If you want to stand up now and go to a doorway, or do it later. You'll stand in a doorway with your palms turned inward toward your body. Then you press the backs of your hands against the door frame. And you push outward with your arms as hard as you can. Your muscles might shake a little, that's okay. And while you count slowly to 40, then step out of the doorway. Okay, now in parentheses, it says, just go do it. Passionflower says, she's not giving away the ending and ruining your chance to explore for yourself. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to do this. Stand in a doorway with your palms turned inward toward your body. Press the backs of your hands against the door frame. Push outward with your arms as hard as you can and count slowly to 40. Then you just step forward out of the doorway, and apparently we're gonna feel something. All right, I'm gonna push pause. I'm gonna go do this, and guess what? So are you. So just get up and go do it. Stand in the doorway, push your palms into your backs of the hands against the door frame, count to 40, and then come back. Okay, I did it. Did you do it? Was something magical supposed to happen there? Because now my hands just feel like 2 lead bricks, and my elbows feel like I just feel like hanging my arms now. But when I was doing it, I thought, hey, I wonder if when I step forward, my hands are gonna lift off like helium balloons. That's what I was thinking was gonna happen, but actually I don't feel like that at all. They just feel heavy. Thanks, Maya Toll. Thanks, Passionflower. Now I have these lead hands. All right, but what was your experience? What was your experience? You were supposed to push pause and do it. All right, so anyways, let's move on to the life inventory. Now that I have 2 red spots on the back of my hands, I wonder if it makes a difference how wide your door frame is. That was kind of a wide door frame. Anyways, Passionflower teaches us to do stupid things in door frames. No, that's not what it says at all. It says Passionflower teaches us the power of balance, doing and not doing, critical thinking and daydreaming, waking and sleeping. Her power is in doing all things with vigor, giving equal weight and zest to every activity, which is accomplished by keeping our thoughts centered in the present moment. So Passionflower, her reflection is for us to take a life inventory. She's got 3 questions here for you. 1, which parts of your life do you feel joyously engaged with? 2, have you lost your passion for some parts of your daily life? 3, are you trudging through your work or family time? Okay, so we're supposed to be taking a life inventory, seeing like what parts of our life we are joyously engaged in, what parts have we lost our passion for, and yeah, really take notice if we are trudging through. We're dragging ass. Like we just are like, this feels like drudgery. Because Passionflower approaches everything with curiosity, even doing the dishes, bathing the dog, whatever. She approaches everything with curiosity. Passionflower doesn't want you to jettison the mundane parts of your life. She knows that you need to water the plants and make the bed. Instead, she wants you to attempt to bring simple joy and curiosity to all aspects of your day. So it's like, notice where you're not enjoying yourself, and then try to see if you can approach it a little bit more joyously, curiously. Just enjoy yourself. How do you do that? You get into the present moment. You just get into in your body. You focus in your body, become very aware of how everything feels or smells or tastes, right? Like, so, you just have to sort of like become a little bit more sensory and try to like be in this moment now and look at it curiously. Albert Einstein said, "I have no special talents. I am only persistently curious." So it's like, if you can just start to take a more curious look at your life in the things that you're doing, you'll enjoy them more. You really will. You can give equal weight and zest to every activity, even if it's the mundane stuff, which most of it is, right? So we want to learn from Passionflower the power of balance. So yeah, do your chores, then rest. Yeah, do your critical thinking, but also remember to daydream. Sleep, and then when you're awake, be awake. Do all things with vigor, and yeah, keep our thoughts centered in the present moment. Okay, I like that as an affirmation. I am centered in the present moment. That can really serve us so well. Being centered in the present moment, focusing on what we're doing right now. So if we are Krishna on the beach playing a flute, be centered in that present moment. So that is our next card here from The Power of Flowers by Isha Lerner. Krishna, he's on a beach. There's a big old conch seashell. It looks like maybe a passion fruit cut in half is beside the seashell. His lunch, perhaps. He's playing a flute. There's a butterfly. It's hard to see because it's so tiny, but there's a butterfly on the flute. There's a peacock feather in his hat. He's got long black hair. He's blue skinned. He's got a pink lei necklace. There's a passion flower vine around his waist. Now in the sky, there are 3 angels or goddesses or devas, I'm not sure. And they are kind of like in the ocean wave and in the sky, kind of both. There's a huge passion flower in the sky. It's a beautiful card. It truly, truly is. And yeah, he's happy. He's like in motion, like he's just on one foot. So he is either walking or is skipping, on this beach, whereas the wave is coming in. So let's talk about Krishna first. It's not surprising that we find a great deal of correlation in the mystical and mythical teachings concerning Jesus and Krishna, since there is ample evidence to suggest that around the time of Christ, and even before his arrival on the world scene, a lively trade route existed between India and the Middle East. And there was extensive intermingling of these two centers of religious life. According to the legends of their respective cultures, both Jesus and Krishna were both born of sacred female divinity, their forthcoming births announced to the world by a brilliant star. Both were hailed as redeemers who had descended to earth in order to refine and attune the masses to the principle of heart-centered truth. So when you compare the stories of Krishna and the stories of Jesus, there's a lot of similarities to each of the stories. Kind of interesting. All right, but today we're focusing on Passionflower, and Passionflower is named for its resemblance to the finely cut corona at the center of Christ's crown of thorns. The Passionflower's delicate flowers were thought to symbolize elements of the crucifixion. The three stigmas, which receive the pollen, represent the nails piercing the Savior's hands and feet. The 5 stamen represent his wounds, and some even claim to see the cross itself in the flower's center. The vines of the plant reach to the tops of the trees, where their blossoms reach for the sun. So there's that. Now, this oracle deck is all about using these flowers to make flower remedies, flower essences, and you can do that with Passionflower. You can make a flower essence with Passiflora incarnata. So this penetrating elixir helps us understand the deepest possible meaning of our own personal suffering, after which it assists in the ascent to our truest calling of service on the planet. As we surrender our souls to the sorrows and hardships that have been endured in this lifetime, we begin to experience these hardships as stepping stones or teachings that can lead to a resurrection into greater love and compassion. So this is an intensely healing flower essence, to help you understand your deepest, most hardest personal sufferings, right? Understand them and then kind of just surrender to them. Surrender your soul to them, right? So that you can let them go, so that you can ascend your ascent into greater love and compassion. So you can have your own little personal spiritual resurrection as you let go of the hardships. Really beautiful. So the healing is when Passionflower comes to you, you are called to the inner sanctuary. So more inner quietude, your inner sanctuary of your soul. You're called to it in order to resurrect the divine love and compassion held therein. So like the vine of the Passionflower, just like the vine of the Passionflower, you reach ever upward through whatever suffering and hardship you have experienced on your long journey. You reach ever upward to the source of all light, which is true self-knowledge. So it's like, even though like you've been to hell and back, right? To hell and back in a handbag, no less. It's like it is still your nature to reach for the light. That's every plant's nature, to reach for the light. Grow towards the light, reach for the light. Even, like a plant like the lotus that dives into the murky waters, the light comes, you reach for the light. So Passionflower you know, that's where she'll do. She'll keep climbing, and that's just like you, reaching ever upward through whatever suffering and hardship. It's like you're just always going to be called to the light. Why? Because you're a soul, you're a spirit, you're on a spiritual journey, and we all go home to the light, but it's like we have a thirst for it, we want it, so that we can have true self-knowledge. So, all right, I'm going to take a little break and run my lunch errands, but first, this beautiful Passionflower card with Krishna is going to end us with a blessing. Holy flower of the vine, passion flower, you are thine. Rise above to starlight sun, showering compassion on everyone. Okay, I'm back. Time has passed. All my warmth just went out the window. So it is raining and cold, so chilly here for May. So rainy, so cold. And yeah, I just had to take like 10 minutes to warm up. And now I have my old lady floor mat plugged in to continue that process of warming up and getting my body heat back. But it's, you know, that windy, rainy, cold weather, man, it just flows right through you. But everyone I saw was in good spirits. You know, everyone's remaining hopeful. Perhaps they have faith in something. They have faith that next week it might actually get into the 70s. The way it should be in May for Pennsylvania, because, yeah, last Mother's Day I was running around to the greenhouses buying plants for every single person I've ever met. And yeah, this year I'm just like, ugh, it's cold, it's rainy. The greenhouses can like keep their flowers. Like, where am I gonna put them? Outside to die? Like, it's just so nasty out. And yeah, like I'll have a whole different vibe too. So anyways, I am definitely looking forward to better weather to balance out all this garbage. Now, we get so many messages all the time to not condemn or curse or talk shit about the weather or Mother Nature, and so I totally am gonna try to not do that. All right, so our next card is balance. It's a balance card, which is just so perfect. Like I said, it spins off of yesterday hanging out with Archangel Zadkiel. He was all about emotional balance. And so is Passionflower, emotional balance, but yet also at the same time balance in all realms. So like daydreaming, critical thinking, like balances like that. Yeah, all kinds of balances. So, all right, let's see what this card from Magical Herb Oracle by Sherilyn Darcy, illustrated by Dear Dandy. Really cool illustrations. There is a scale like in the backdrop behind this Passionflower. This Passionflower, it's probably a purple one, but it's kind of, all the cards, all the artwork is kind of muted, kind of darker, like not darker, but like green muted. So, and then our last card will be our tarot card, and it has a white Passionflower with the purple spike. So it might be fun, like Archangel Zadkiel was suggesting us to do, learn more, research more, learn something new. It might be fun to like just do a little search. I'm not even gonna say Google search, because, you know, Google's like, I don't know, we need to phase out Google. So I'm gonna say do a DuckDuckGo search. Download DuckDuckGo. Let that be your new browser. DuckDuckGo. It sounds more fun anyways, doesn't it? So do a DuckDuckGo and see how many different kinds of Passionflowers, because if they were hybridizing these back in the Victorian times just for fun, like as a hobby, there might be some really interesting combos of colors, and I'm curious now. I am curious about the Passionflower. So now this card is about balance. It's number 6. It's number 6 in the deck. So 6 is like always a number that reminds me of love and compassion. Passionflower. And the oracle meanings are: a return to center is needed and may be also offered. So a return to center. So far, the affirmations that I have for us: I have faith in myself. I am centered in the present moment. I rise to the light. So far, I've got 3. That's pretty good. Now, so like if we are not feeling centered and we're feeling off balance and we're just dragging our bodies throughout the day, we're not in joy, this is a call. This is a return to center is needed. This is, the cards are letting us know. Have you taken something too far? Or maybe not reached out enough? Now is the time to come back to a more harmonious and even place. So those scales, big scales message vibe for me this week, right? Like I told you, was that just yesterday? Okay, you would have had to listen to yesterday to know the PT Cruiser story and how I almost walked into a shady scam of a situation. But okay, there you go. Go back and listen if you haven't. But anyways, there has definitely been those justice scales prevalent in my experience this week. And so now here they are again on this card. And even if it's not justice with other people, like let's just look at scales like a teeter-totter or a seesaw. Like you want them to be somewhat balanced, right? It's no fun. It's no fun on the teeter-totter or the seesaw if it is really unbalanced. It's no fun for the big person or the little person, especially the little person, okay? So we really do have to have balance. Like if you're carrying 2 grocery bags, don't you want each side of you to be somewhat balanced, right? If like it feels awkward to have like a 50-pound bag and then a 2-pound bag on the other side. Like you try to pack those bags so that they'll be balanced. So there is this message of balance that really, it does feel good in our life. And if we're not in balance, we have to check ourselves and see what we can do to come back to a centered self, come back to that stability, a more harmonious and even place. So stability is what you should be focused on at the moment. And rash decisions and actions are to be tempered. So it's like you really want to be coming from your balanced, centered place before you make any decisions, before you take action. Now is not the time to take a risk, but rather to step back just a little and see what transpires. So if you get this card in a reading, it's saying, hey, take a step back, see what happens, see what transpires. You don't really need to like go out on a limb right now. You probably shouldn't, because it's not balanced, it's not even. That the limb, the further you go out, the less weight it can hold. It's really not a balanced strength of the support. So you may find you need to get a little more rest or time away or retreat a little. So Passionflower definitely gives you permission to take time for quietude, to retreat, to just rest, step back even. Just step back and see what transpires. So we will be doing a Passionflower balancing spell, a balance spell. So you can use Passionflower magically for love, sleep, balance, visions, peace, friendship, harmony, all that kind of stuff. The deities are Aphrodite, Venus, Hestia, and Harmonia, Hypos, Nox, Nynx, and Yamana. So that just tells me how little I know about deities. The planet is Venus. The signs are Libra and Taurus, and this is a water element plant. So That would explain why our next card, the Two of Swords, she's by the water. Krishna, he's playing his flute by the water. And yeah, emotions are water, so emotional balance. So yeah, Passionflower is our herb of the week this week, our 16th week. It's a very common wildflower now of North America. Passionflower is a perennial, fast-growing vine with impressive, large, purple flowers. These blossoms give way to a very fleshy green berry, about the size of a hen's egg. I've never had these, have you? This will be fun for me to have this. Developing into an orange color, a popular name for the fruit is maypop, which refers to the sound they make if stepped upon. The form of this flower has been used as a symbol of the Passion of Christ in Christian-based beliefs and is where its name comes from. All right, so I'll give you a little spell here for a balance spell. Passionflower balance spell. So Amazon natives, because remember that's where it came originally, Amazon natives have used passionflower as an addition to ayahuasca-based brews to deepen and magnify their visions. Did I say ayahuasca? It's ayahuasca. That's funny. I read it the way the letters were, but it's ayahuasca. But if you just read it like you've never heard it before, it's ayahuasca. Anyways, that crazy Amazon psychedelic medicine, ayahuasca. They or if you're from Western Pennsylvania, the ayahuasca, they add passionflower. They add passionflower to it to deepen and magnify their visions. So maybe you want to skip the ayahuasca and just have yourself some passionflower tea. When strewn on the floor of a home, the flowers can end disharmony, and bathing in or carrying passionflower creations will help you attract a lover. So be warned. Okay, this spell will help bring balance to your life and help end turbulent times. So here's what you need to gather together. You need to gather 1 cup of rain water or spring water. Like I'd be able to probably get a cup of rainwater today, holy man. A beautiful glass bowl, 1 white feather. I'm sure you have some laying around, okay? 1 white feather, a cup of fresh or dried passion flowers, and a broom. So you pour the water into the glass bowl. You walk around the place where you wish to instill balance and harmony. Then dip the white feather into the water and flick it onto the floor. You don't need much at all, just a very tiny amount. Okay, so walk around the place, gently flicking a little bit of water with the white feather from the beautiful glass bowl filled with water. Okay, you just flick, 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 flick. As you do, say out loud, emotions calm, balance, and be still. Emotions calm, balance, and be still. Emotions calm, balance, and be still. Now wait until the water has dried, then sprinkle the passion flowers on the floor. Sweep them up and out the door with the broom, saying, "Take away what tips the scales down and let balance be." Take away what tips the scales and let balance be. So you sweep it out and say, take away what tips the scales down and let balance be. So there you go. That is a balance spell for you to do. can I just say that, like, if I had a cup of dry passion flowers, I'd probably make tea with it, not just throw them on the floor to sweep them out the door. But hey, I like reading the spells. I find them interesting. I'm just saying, personally, I would make myself some tea, say emotions calm, balance, and be still, and then, I should still probably sweep my floor, maybe a little bit of the flowers, but a whole cup of them? All right, let's move on. Apparently, I'm not feeling my inner witch this morning as much as I'm feeling my inner poor girl that's saying, wait a second, you actually had passion flowers and all you did was throw them on the floor and sweep them out the door? You didn't even drink the tea? You didn't even pretend that you were drinking ayahuasca and try to have some deep visions? Okay, so I guess that's more my style. But anyways, that's the balance spell. Take it or leave it. All right, it's 11:22. I love that number. 11:22. All right, so we should probably do some sort of affirmation about balance for sure, but I'll get to that in a minute. Let's move on to our final card, which is the Two of Swords. And she's pretty balanced with her two swords crisscrossed on either side of her head. She's blindfolded though. And she's got the vine wrapping around her a little bit. And yeah, it is reaching for the light upward. There is a white passion flower. There's a crescent moon in the sky. And yeah, it seems like she's standing by the sea. There's some rocks out in the sea a little bit. So she's there. I'm pretty sure this, she's like maybe gonna have to make a decision here. I'm not sure what Two of Swords means right off the bat. Let's open up the book. Two of Swords. This is the moon in Libra. The key words for this card is a need to create a quietness within, work to resolve any indecisiveness, need to balance heart and mind, resolving conflict, reconciliation. And the affirmation that goes with this card is, through my heart's path, I create a balance within. So there we go. There's our balance affirmation. I'm going to have to make up some other ones. We'll see what else we've got. Whew, blindfolded by the sea with two swords. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I'd want to be standing in her shoes, especially if they're indecisive shoes. I hate indecision. Like, is it not the worst thing? So a woman stands before the ocean. Her arms cross her heart and her hands hold two swords. The moon in the background is waxing. A new cycle is beginning. The woman has come to the point of integrating the duality of the mind, that is, analysis and intuition. She has also been working on an equilibrium between the heart, the emotions, and the intellect. This process will bring tranquility and greater internal balance. Any conflict that she was having is finding a resolution. Decisions and agreements have been or can now be reached. A sense of healing wisdom is hers to manifest. Ooh, healing wisdom. I like those two words together so much. Healing wisdom. Yeah, it's hers to manifest now. So she must guard against being indecisive to the point of no action, and she must learn to complete those actions and cycles she has begun. If she feels tension and confusion because of her indecisiveness, she must take time out to listen to her heart's wisdom, and the uncertainties will begin to fade. So there is power in stepping back and giving yourself that quietude, stepping back and listening to your heart's wisdom. So yes, once again, there's a little history here with the passion flower. It was so named by the Jesuit missionaries in Peru because it was thought that its distinctive corona and petals resemble the crown of thorns that Jesus wore. The herb was said to pacify the spirit. As an herbal essence, it will impart a sense of peaceful balance and tranquility. Meditations with the flower can be quite mesmerizing, similar to looking at a mandala. So just by looking at the flower, doing a meditation, just a visual meditation, focusing on the passion flower, it brings focus and accord to the mind and heart. So it's very calming, balancing, gives you a sense of tranquility. Medicinally, passion flower is a nervine, a sedative, and anti-spasmodic. It treats sleeplessness, chronic insomnia. So I should order myself some and not let any of it fall on the floor. I should just be drinking it every night so I can sleep. It also will help treat seizures, epilepsy, anxiety, and nervous tension. The fruit. What was the name of the fruit? Had maypop. The fruit, maypops. What about the fruit? The fruit is rich in flavonoids and is a diuretic and a nutritive tonic. So you could make a tincture, have 4 more drops of the herbal essence. You could take it throughout the day if you have anxiety or trying to manage your epilepsy and seizures and just nervous tension. You just need to chill out, have a little tincture, 4 more drops, just 4 drops a few times a day. Visualize yourself in the 2 of Swords, setting with the passion flower embracing you. So visualize yourself with the passion flower. Allow the serenity and peacefulness to fill you. For medicinal use, a standard infusion may be made in 1 cup taken 3 times per day, or the tincture may be used even high in more doses, 10 to 30 drops, or 2 capsules may be taken 3 times per day. You know what? They may have actually, the herbal essence, maybe if that would be even a flower essence, you know. So, or you could take dried capsules, whatever you want to do. But yeah, the keywords for this again are need to create a quietude within, quietness. So if you are feeling indecisiveness, step back, work to resolve any indecisiveness. If you feel an imbalance of your mind and your heart, your logic and your intuition, you need to balance the heart and the mind. Now is the time to resolve conflict. It's a good time for reconciliation. So anyways, yeah, through my heart's path, I create a balance within. So you guys, that's passion flower. That is our herb of the week. And I'm excited. I'm excited to have this as the herb of the week. I'm glad that I walked away from ginseng and been like, you know what? It's just not for me right now to do. It's just too much. It just tips my scales down and makes me so imbalanced that, you know, every once in a while you have to make an executive decision to lighten your load and just find more balance, more quietude. And because you know what? Tranquility is like that important. It is. It's just that important. And sometimes you just have to go within and feel quiet so that you can feel expansive at the same time. So I hope you enjoyed hanging out. Let's do some affirmations for passion flower. This affirmation minute is brought to you by our beautiful herb of the week, passion flower, and I lovingly dedicate them all to you. I have faith in myself. I am centered in the present moment. I rise to the light. I create balance within. My heart and my mind are in peaceful equilibrium. I expand myself with harmonious quietude. I have faith in myself. I am centered in the present moment. I rise to the light. I create balance within. My heart and my mind are in peaceful equilibrium. I expand myself with harmonious quietude. And so it is. All right, so thanks for starting another week with me at Ho. I know it's going to be good. I have faith in it. I have faith in myself, and I have faith in Ho. I have faith in Herb Oracle that every week, regardless of where it falls on the awesome scale, it's usually pretty decent. We always learn something about ourselves. We do some type of healing work. We take away some type of healing wisdom if we choose to manifest it. And it's just a little more stepping in the right direction. For me anyways, and I hope you are benefiting and enjoying it too. So on that note, thanks so much. I'm going to upload these affirmations to the Herbal Marie Patreon page so you can print them out, put them on your fridge, say them every single day, because it's just so important to have faith in yourself and create balance within.